Welcome back to another episode of Buckeye State Overland. Today we're going to be removing the transfer case, some brake lines, and the transmission as well. I wanted to remove the engine, but it's been raining all day, so I don't think I'll be able to go get the tractor to pull it off. The first thing we need to do is clean up some of the mess. So I'm going to push the turd forward a little bit so we can clean up some spills, some rust, and maybe some bolts and stuff that I might find useful. I don't know, I'm probably going to throw those away. Now that the floor is somewhat clean in the area that I would like to work in, we're going to drain what is left of the transmission. When I bought this thing, it worked great. It looked ugly. One day I took this thing out for a drive, came up that hill, pushed this thing to the limits, gave a good old pat on the dash that this old rust bucket made it up that giant hill, and I looked behind me and a big cloud of smoke, which was transmission fluid that was leaking onto the exhaust down here. Long story short, after a while it stopped leaking, which I'm pretty sure it drained itself. But first, I'm going to remove this section of the exhaust so that way I have a more open space to work in. Drain pan below it, and now we're going to remove the remaining bolts that are holding on to this pan here. So this thing would kind of pop into reverse after a little bit. One of my good friends thought it was a transmission filter, but he's like, hey, when you do, if you find some metal, a lot of metal, obviously that's not good, but maybe it's just that the transmission filter is all clogged up. Every other gear works pretty great, but I'm gonna guess that is our reverse gear. Super fun. I actually don't mind that it pops into reverse because it's actually kind of fun. It's quirks, whatever. It's part of the turd, and that's what I love. One of the many things that I love about it. The next thing is going to be unbolting the transfer case from the transmission, and then once we get those bolts loose up here, we'll do the bolts down here on the skid plate. Also, put a jack under it just to keep it safe for now. It was with a lot of persuasion, definitely some cursing, that the transmission is finally off, as well as the transfer case. It is quite messy, but all you need to know is we accomplished what we were going to. All you need to know is that we accomplished what we were going to accomplish. In the meantime, I'm going to pick up some of my tools and clean this place up again. Okay, so got the transmission off, got the transfer case off. It took a hot minute and a lot of persuasion. Whew, I am questioning my sanity right now. That is also why I didn't film most of that. But anyway, I don't know if this is going to be a longer episode or a shorter one, but I want to thank you guys for sticking around and getting to episode number 4. Like, That's absolutely crazy. I know it's only 4 episodes, but to think we're on number 4 already. Bunch more to come. Thanks guys for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in episode 5. Peace.